Hello, let's start with the journey of Python. I'm going to keep it simple and going to avoid the details, unnecessary details about the history, who was the author, how did it come across, how old is Python. The important part is that Python is very important. It is a skill that is highly in demand in the industry. That's what is critical and that's what we need to focus. And the other thing that we need to focus is, how do we learn Python and add that skill. So that's what we are going to keep focusing on. Keep things simple, learn the logics, build upon it. Let's get started with Python. I'm going to start with installation of Python on Windows. I'm going to skip installation of Python on Mac OS or Linux. If there is a requirement, please add those in the comments and I will make a separate video for that. But once you've done installation of the Windows, that should be sufficient for you to get started. Once you've done installation on Windows, I will also introduce you and teach you how to install an IDE that will help us organize our programs and execute them comfortably and easily. So let's get started with Python. Good luck.
Okay, let's start with downloading of Python. So for this, on my web browser on Google, I'm going to type download Python. And when I hit enter, it gives me this link, download Python from the website python.org. I'll click on this. And since I am down installing it on Windows, I'm going to click on this link. But Python is the language which is available on other platforms also, Linux, Unix, Mac OS, and others. For now, we are going to focus on Windows, but the installation on Linux or Mac OS is also pretty simple. We can cover that on a separate video. For now, just focusing on Windows. So I'm going to click on this. And here I have different versions available. In this, I'm going to pick the latest stable version or release, which shows as Python 3.1.2.1, December from the date December 8th, 2023. Now this shows the multiple options, 32-bit system, 64-bit system, and others. To validate or to check what is the configuration of my system, I'm going to just say here in my search bar about your PC, and it shows up. This is where the system type here gives me the 64-bit operating system x64 based processor. So I'm going to go ahead and download the 64-bit installer. The installation is already complete. We are going to move forward with the installation now. So let's see this. Now, for doing this, let's continue with make sure that we check both of these. Okay, and hit the customize installation. This is, please leave these as default. Don't change anything here. Next, I want to make sure that I'm installing it for all users and leave this as default. Doesn't matter what it is, and just hit install. This is where it will ask me, right, the screen is blank for you in the recording. It's asking me if you want to allow the applicant to make changes to the device. I'm going to hit yes. And that's where it starts the installation. It should not take that long. It's pretty fast. So let's just give it a moment or so. And this is where it says, gives us the message that the setup was successful and another bunch of things. Uh, we can simply close that. Now that the installation is complete, we can quickly validate whether the Python is successfully installed on our laptop. Go to the search bar and just type PowerShell, Windows PowerShell. As it open, just type Python. And here it should show us that Python 3.1.2.1 has been installed. So this validates that the Python is installed. For now, we are just going to type quit. Bad quit and close this. Yeah, so we validated using a PowerShell that Python is installed. But in case you are not on Windows 10 or 11, you and are on Windows 7 or Windows 8, you might not have the PowerShell installed on your computer. So what you can do is still validate it. You can go to the command prompt, CMD, and just type Python on it. And that's where you will again get a validation that Python successfully got installed on your laptop or computer. So I'm just going to hit quit and then close the window.
I hope the Python installation for you guys has been successful. As long as you have followed along the steps that I had mentioned, you should be good. The validation on both PowerShell as well as command prompt should give you an idea whether the Python installation succeeded or not. In case you have had any issues with this installation, drop a comment and I can take a look at it separately. Okay. Moving on to the next step, we'll look into how to install the IDE.